Welcome back, Flare community. Happy Monday. I hope you're all well and having a great day as always. Who we got in the house today? We've got Professor, Death Ranger, Valiant Energy, we've got Rain, we've got Thomas, David, Doc Bob D, we got Anna in here as well. Wow, it's pretty busy. Crypto Granny, XRP Believer, Jimmy Thing as well, Rod Hop too. Yeah, I hope you're all well, and yeah, it's been the Easter weekend. I hope you guys had fun for those who are celebrating it, and if you don't celebrate Easter, I hope you had a good weekend anyway, right? So we're going to jump straight in. It's time for the weekly news update, and we're going to start here on Sparkles to have a quick look at the top performing NFT collections. Topping the charts is Flare Apes. In second place, we have Canary Punks. In third place, we have Flare Punks. In fourth place, we have the Flamingo Friends. Fifth place, the Invisibles. And of course, just coming out of the top five, we have the Flare Community Lucky Claw Collection. We'll be talking about that in just a second. But within the treasury, we do actually have one of these Flare Apes. And I believe they set a record recently for the highest selling NFT on Flare. And I think it was over 100,000. So pretty crazy stuff. Here we are on Flare Metrics. This is created by FTSO AU, and yeah, basically showing you data for the Flare network and Songbird network. As you can see here, look, it's pretty crazy. All of the top 13 are over delegated right now. There is a vote power cap of 2.5, and yeah, if you are contributing to a signal provider like that, you're actually diluting the rewards of everyone. So yeah, something to consider. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Magi from Satchrap, and this is exactly what we was talking about, right? There's no way to brute force Flare vote power. The 2.5% cap per FTSO or per signal provider is the cap. And yeah, the over delegation is pretty crazy. I mean, it used to be 10% on the Songbird network, but then it would give so much more control to the top, the most accurate. But this way, the way that the vote power cap's been reduced, it means that theoretically rewards should be shared between everyone. So if we do sort by the reward rate descending, in fact, that's what we're supposed to do it to start with, but I just wanted to highlight the vote cap right there, the over delegation. The top 13 over delegated. That's pretty crazy. Not looking like it wants to play ball at the minute. Let's give it one last try. There we go. So topping the charts this week is DeFi Oracles. I've never actually seen DeFi Oracles in the top one spot, so congratulations to them. We've got Nordso in second place. In third place, FTSO London. Fourth place, Flare Dienst. And in fifth place, Flare Beacon. So quite some new people out there in the top five. So congratulations to them. Yes, this is something else that I really want to bring to people's attention. So there's a lot of people who are still delegating to FTSO IT. Now, this particular provider hasn't been delegating or hasn't been submitting rewards for quite some time now. And basically, it's just a lot of vote power being wasted. So if you are delegated to FTSO IT and you're thinking, where are my delegation rewards? You're not actually getting any because they're not actively participating in the network. I'd always recommend doing your delegations to someone who supports the network. And if you want a good idea of that, please feel free to check out Flare Dashboard. This is creation from both Banker DeFi, that's Ash, and also Eric. And it's basically a portal or a sort of information like website where you can actually look at all of the different signal providers. And something that I really like about this this particular app is that they actually rotate these in a random order, I think every 24 hours. So there is no real bias. It's just here to present the information that you may want to consider when making a delegation, right? I think there's one thing that is important, and that is what they've already built and what they plan to build. Hey, what's good, James Rule in the house? I think that this particular last 5 or 10 minutes might have been beneficial for you. I am planning to do that tweet thread that I did mention, but that's just a quick overview. Some big news coming from Johnny Lawrence and the Flare Community Lucky Claw collection. Johnny actually created this for me, the visual animation. He actually donated it to me last year sometime, and we've been wondering what to do with it for quite a long time. And yeah, we've created 50 copies, and 35 of them are going to be given away every single month for holders of the Lucky Claw collection. And if we go here, it's actually doing pretty well, you know. I believe the top sale was 10,000 FLR. I believe the current floor price is 8.8. So yeah, pretty interesting. And you know, Johnny's always been a good help, a good friend of the channel. He's the one that does the intro. Very talented indeed. And as you can see him here, he actually just sold his physical painting for $10,000 worth of SGB. That's Johnny proudly standing next to his artwork, and yeah, as you know, he's very talented. And in fact, I do have some posters of his that I think I might donate to the Lucky Claw collection. Maybe a couple, but we'll see about that. More details to come. Something else that's I'm sure you guys make you know, find this guy familiar. It's our very own Hugo Filion, CEO of the Flare Network. This NFT was created by Doge Hater, creator of the Lucky Claw collection, and yeah, he's generously donated one of these Hugo NFTs to the prize pool as well, and that's going to happen just after the first Flare drop, which is happening next week on the 16th, I believe. Some news from Ellipal. I know that a lot of people did hold FLR on here on this application. They're now supporting the Flare network, so congratulations to all them. But also just note that I have seen some people with some problems with this. And one thing to note is that the application that you use is just a means to an end, right? Your account on the Flare network is accessed by a secret phrase or a private key, and you can import that into any device that you want, any application, whether it's Bifrost, whether it's MetaMask, whether it's Ellipal or Decent. It doesn't matter. Your access to that account is through the secret phrase or the private key. Flypedia, dropping some knowledge here. Flypedia enables the Flare community to share information with one another through publishing pages, editing existing pages, and sharing events and more. So it's sort of like Wikipedia, right? A community-sourced information hub, let's say. They've created a website, and I'm sure many of you are aware of it, but it's definitely worth checking out and contributing to if you feel like you are able to do so, you know. I think it's important to have these sort of resources where people can easily reference. You know, they've got obviously many different sections. You've got the FTSO signal providers, NFT collections, various tokens, the projects, all of that good stuff. And yeah, if you have a project or you're particularly passionate or knowledgeable on a particular project, feel free to contribute to this site and spread the word, I guess. Here's something pretty interesting. Eleanor Terrett was saying that another exchange is ending services to US, and that is the Bitrue exchange, Biru, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. There's a bit of a, it's a bit contested, but FIP01 solved this. And FIP01, it was the really big Flare improvement proposal, which sort of took the power away from the exchanges. We didn't have to rely on them for the next 3 years, right? And that's why it was so beneficial, because now the power is in the holders of FLR. And I know that some people are actually still quite bitter about this, especially those who maybe held on an exchange that hasn't distributed FLR yet. So, for example, Coinbase, right? But in opposing this and saying, look, we didn't even have a chance to vote, it's sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but it sort of contradicts the whole point, because this is what this solves. You know, once people have their FLR, you're able to do what you want with it. You're able to take it from an exchange and not have to rely on that exchange for the next 3 years. Very important stuff. And staying on topic with proposals, we have this here. So this one recently passed. This is Songbird improvement proposal, and you don't see many of these. And this passed very recently, and the ambition is to realign the smart contracts on the Songbird and Flare networks. And this is going to be especially important for developers who want to have that consistency between both networks. The basic gist of this, which again has pretty recently passed, is that there's going to be the smart contract alignment, and that's going to include a lot of different things. There's going to be auto claiming facilities, just like you can on Flare network. You're going to be able to auto claim on Songbird. We've got the personal delegation accounts, which is to do with deferring your taxes, you know, being in control of when you want to initiate a taxable event. And finally, we have the idea that unclaimed FTSO rewards is going to be burned rather than distributed after 90 days. And I quite like this one as well, because again, it is reducing inflation. But that's all passed. That's something to look forward to. And we do also have another governance proposal, should I say. Let's quickly switch this over to Flare if we can. Maybe not. Okay. Well, another proposal that is coming up pretty soon is that of the group, it's actually passed the what do you call it, the management group for the signal providers, where they're going to be able to collectively decide who should be excluded if they're malicious actors or doing something that they shouldn't. So I thought that it was interesting too. And yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of the news. Before we wrap up, I did just want to say that we do have some interesting things coming here on the Flare Community NFT governance portal. I'm expecting to have this done in the next week or so. I have pushed it back because I wanted to refactor it and sort of brush it up and sort of tie some of the loose ends, but it's really close, and we're going to have the first proposal for the Lucky Claw holders later this month, no doubt. For those who are interested in getting a Lucky Claw, there is a link in the description, but if you want a chance of winning one for free, after we've done the Lucky Claw draw, I'm going to be giving one away to a lucky Patreon. In fact, maybe we should do that before the draw. That would be better, right? So, yeah, we'll do that. Someone of this particular tier, the Flare Community Legend tier, is going to win a Lucky Claw. So stay tuned for that. I thought to wrap up here, I thought it would be pretty interesting to drop some knowledge about the Ethereum virtual machine, because the Ethereum virtual machine is in no way tied to the Ethereum network. And some people still misconstrued this. The Flare network or the Songbird network or Solana or any other EVM compatible network does not rely on Ethereum, okay? So I'm going to quickly blast through this thread, and then we're going to finish things up and wrap things up. So let's explore the Ethereum virtual machine, the EVM, as implemented on networks like the Flare network, using an analogy to illustrate how it's not reliant on the Ethereum network. So you can think of the EVM as a powerful engine that can be used in different vehicles. EVM as an engine. So the EVM is a versatile and efficient engine designed to run smart contracts like a car's engine. It can be implemented in different vehicles, or in this case, blockchains, powering their ability to process and execute smart contracts smoothly. Let's blow this up a little bit. Whoa. Bit too much. Hold up. So let's talk a little bit about bridging, right? When integrating into other networks like Flare, the EVM serves as a bridge, allowing these platforms to run Ethereum-compatible smart contracts while still maintaining their independence from the Ethereum network. And I think this idea of interoperability is really actually quite important when it comes to networks, right? So, you know, for those entities that have the ambitions to be multi-chain and deploy their applications on multiple EVM chains, they're able to do so because the smart contracts on the Flare network are pretty much identical to the smart contracts on the Ethereum network. Now, granted, with the Flare network, you're going to have additional functionality like having access to the FTSO and all of these prices and some of that sort of infrastructure, but it's pretty much the same. The EVM's compatibility with various blockchains resembles a plug-and-play device. It enables Flare and Songbird to utilize the same programming languages, tools, and dApps as the Ethereum ecosystem without relying on the Ethereum's infrastructure. And that's pretty much what I was just saying there, right? It's really powerful, especially when it comes to adoption, because, you know, Ethereum is the biggest smart contract platform out there, right? Everyone that is programming smart contracts are predominantly using Solidity, and that's a coding language which you need to write in to deploy smart contracts using the Ethereum virtual machine, right? So a lot of these Ethereum devs that may have spent a lot of time developing an application on the Ethereum network are able to port it over with very little effort. As the EVM is implemented on the Flare network, it allows applications to be quickly ported over. I basically just covered that one. Let's keep moving. The EVM's integration into the network, into the new network, allows it to function without relying on Ethereum's network performance or issues. That's why, you know, we have the Ethereum virtual machine on Flare, but it's not necessarily expensive. So they are completely detached. With the EVM's engine integrated, networks like Flare can foster a thriving ecosystem of developers and dApps, expanding the world of decentralized technology without being tied up on the Ethereum network. And that's pretty much it. You know, I think it's important to realize that there is a very distinct difference between the EVM and the Ethereum network. EVM can be implemented on many networks and doesn't necessarily means that it relies on Ethereum itself. So that is pretty much this week's news. So if you are interested, a member of the Patreon, a member crew, we're going to be having a chinwag here on Discord. And as I said, someone next week is going to win a lucky claw. And yeah, there's going to be a big prize pool there, 50,000 FLR. We've got a pack of Flare Community poker decks. We've got the Hugo NFT, and we've got a Poker Club NFT too. So hopefully you can make it. Next week is going to be a lot of fun. For those who are members of the Patreon, come down to the bottom here of the Flare Community Discord server, and we're going to be joined here in the Patreon call. So that's pretty much the stream. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope that this week is absolutely incredible. Stay tuned until next time. I'm out.
We have liftoff.